Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joe Calslzaghe. Joe Calslzaghe calls for Tyson Fury to make more challenges amid the Dillian Whyte call. Calslzaghe has told Fury to take more title defenses in criticism at the lack of challenges after facing Wilder in a trilogy, but believes he is the division's best. Joe Calslzaghe has called for Tyson Fury to take other challenges in the heavyweight division, with a mandatory defense against Dillian Whyte looming. The Gypsy King has just completed an explosive trilogy with bitter rival Wilder and is pondering his next move in a stacked division. And the British rival Whyte is waiting in the wings for his title shot. With the WBC set to rule on his mandatory challenge in the coming days, but former two-weight world champion Calslzaghe has called for Fury to take more challenges despite labeling him the best fighter in the division. He quoted, "The heavyweight division is the division that excites me at the minute," Calslzaghe told Talk Sports. "To think we had two world champions from Britain is incredible. We never would have thought this 20 years ago. Tyson Fury, he's the top fighter for me. I love watching him fight, but he needs to fight someone else. He fought the same guy 3 times and in the past 3 years, so it would be nice to see him fight someone else soon." Calslzaghe has had an incredible resume during his own career that included Chris Eubank, Roy Jones Jr., Mikel Kessler on top of Roy Jones. And like Fury, he's reigned undefeated throughout his 46-fight career, winning world titles in the superweight division and middleweight divisions. But the Gypsy King is yet to face someone on the top talent from his own soil, including Anthony Joshua and the WBC interim champion Dillian Whyte. An undisputed tilt looked to be on the cards earlier this year after signing a contract worth over £100 million to take on £100 million to take on Anthony Joshua in a clash for all 4 belts. Although to the despair of boxing fans, it was scrapped after Fury ruled to face Wilder in a third meeting by an arbitration. Let me stop there. First off, I want people to understand before, you Fury guys, the Fury fanboys, okay? This is for you guys, first of all. This is not a diss video towards Tyson Fury in regards to Calslzaghe. Calslzaghe likes Tyson Fury. He thinks Tyson Fury's the best, but he wants to see him fight someone else. And you know what? I feel the exact same way. Okay? People have looked at that. If you look at Tyson Fury's resume, he's done the same shit 3 years, from 18 to 20 and to 21. Okay, the only year that he took off was he fought 2 people we never heard of at the time, right? But other than that, what has he done? 3 years he was out of the ring. Before that, he fought Vladimir Klitschko. He didn't give Klitschko his rematch. Okay, so that could have sealed or cemented some legacy there by beating a legend twice, but you did it once and then you got out of the sport of boxing for whatever reason, the reasons that he gave us. But Calslzaghe, coming from someone from that pedigree, is looking that's retired, that's never been defeated as a pro, that he sees that like, listen, I like the guy, but he's only fought the same guy. Understand something, people. When we thought we were going to get the biggest heavyweight clash in the last 20 years or whatnot, when we thought we were going to get that fight, that massive fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, what was the fight that we didn't want to see? Think about it. Just think. What fight didn't we want to see at that time? The fight that happened. The trilogy fight between him and Deontay Wilder. Why? Because that's the 3rd time these guys have been in the ring, and he already pulverized Deontay Wilder February 22nd of 2020. So why would we want to see that again? I'm not talking about what's right and wrong, and it has nothing to do with it. What I'm talking about is what was the appeal to the audience. What did people really want to see? that were true boxing fans, two British guys, especially the UK. Okay. In other parts of the world also, but that was the fight people wanted to see. Okay. And if you want to dig further down in Tyson Fury, it's Tyson Fury, Bob Arum, Frank Warren, Queensberry, BT, Top Rank. All these guys they weren't really optimistic about that fight. They let one side do all the work. They let Eddie Hearn push him to the limit, which he did. And once the fight was a go, then comes an arbitration out of nowhere. And it makes you think of convenience of how that fight even deemed to happen. And it lets you to know that, hey, well, sometimes you can talk things into existence. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. You can do that. And to the point, either you speaking it into existence or you're talking against something that you really don't want to happen. See, I think Tyson Fury knew he had to fight Deontay Wilder. I think that was the case. That's why he wasn't so keen on, hey, yeah, I'm going to fight Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he would say I'll smash him to bits and this, that, and the other. But more or less, he was saying, well, hey, if there's no money, I'm not fighting, and I don't think it's ready. And so this, that, and the other, I'm going to move on. They have 48 hours. You guys remember all that, right? This happened mid-year this year. And then when that Prince Khalid guy came and he got off the phone and had to tell Tyson Fury, we have the money. Then he made an announcement, and the very next day, boom, you're fighting Deontay Wilder, which crushed everything. Was it legally right? Yes, it was legally right for Wilder to have his third fight. But was that the premier fight? Was that the ideal fight? Was that the desired fight? No, it was not. It was not the fight that people wanted to see. That's why it keeps getting reiterated on every particular article that any writer will make. Because that was the fight that we wanted to see. That was the ideal showdown. The two fighters, the two champions, for all undisputed, both from UK soil. Let's make it at Wembley. Let's make it at in the Chinese or Asian places. Let's have it in the Middle East. Let's have it in those places. And it didn't happen. Okay, so since the trilogy fight was so entertaining, people almost forgot everything I just spoke of, right? They just forgot everything almost. But Calslzaghe didn't. Eddie Hearn didn't. I didn't. Because I know what we could have had versus what we got. What we got was a treat, sure. Okay, but we've seen this same quote-unquote treat for the last 3 times. So Calslzaghe's right, saying all that to say this. He's absolutely right about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he shouldn't retire until he's at least 40, 41. He's what, 33? 33, right? So yeah, he's far from the mindset of wanting to retire. And I think it's healthy for everything else he's going through. It gives him something to look forward to, okay? Without going all psychological in it. But, if he works himself up to something, or if he's planning to obtain goals and achieve goals, he needs to fight each and every fighter out there to be, without a doubt, the best heavyweight in the division. And that's the only way you show people, is you go in and defend that WBC or whatever belts that you obtain during the way of your heavyweight career. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Joe Calslzaghe saying that Tyson Fury needs to fight different opposition. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.